So welcome back to another video today. I wanted to share with you my top 5 games of 2014. Now do bear in mind this is my list of which games I'm particularly excited about, so if maybe your game doesn't quite appear in this list, do feel free to leave it in the comment section below, or perhaps leave what game you're specifically excited for later this year. However, let's start with number 5, which is Dying Light. Now Dying Light for me takes two of my most played franchise and probably most enjoyed franchises, Dead Island and Mirror's Edge. Of course, Dead Island is this horror-based zombie survival game where it's not all about killing the zombies, it's about using your ingenuity to kind of get around them, but most of the time you'll find yourself plunging an axe into a zombie's head. However, Mirror's Edge is completely different. As we know, it's a light, bouncy, parkour based game, it's just plain fun, and hopefully that's what Mirror's Edge 2 will be all about. But that's what Dying Light is also about. It's about not always killing the zombies, it's about using your intelligence, your ingenuity to find the safest path around the zombies, because if you get trapped you're pretty much screwed, and once the nighttime comes around your worst nightmare comes out. Nonetheless, at number 4 we have the social life killer. They always say social lives are overrated anyway. Of course, that is Destiny. Now, Destiny is the brainchild of Halo meeting MMO. Of course, I've always thought about it, I've always dreamed about it, but yet it never happened until Bungie decided to take the extra mile and deliver this Halo based MMO. Now it's not entirely Halo, it is more advanced, but it looks so very awesome. However, what really interested me was that you can planet jump. Most games have continent jumping where you jump from, say, Europe to America, but in Destiny you jump from Earth to the Moon to Mars, and in my head that just sounds awesome. I don't really know how that will work because Earth is pretty big and so is Mars and so is the Moon. So to have at least 3, I mean there could be more, they could go to Pluto for Christ's sake, but to have these 3 massive worlds is mind-blowing. Moving on to number 3 we have Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs I have spoke about previously in the past in my giveaway, because the AI, they have their own lives, their own personalities, of which you can hack into, learn all their secrets, whether they're devious or pretty good. Of course you can hack into cameras, web cameras, security cameras, and anything you can possibly think of. I mean, barriers, you can lower, you can raise barriers, you can blow up hydrants, or steam pipes they call them. I'm not really too sure what they're actually called, but the metal plates on the roads, you can just blow those open and launch cars sky high. Of course, that sounds really intriguing, but it also has a multiplayer. Now the multiplayer, at least what I've seen, the PvP side, in the gameplay they showed a capture the flag style game mode where 2 teams are fighting over the intel. Each team has to try and acquire it and take it back to their base, or just encrypt it, I think. But in the gameplay they showed one team snatching it, jumping into their truck and just having this really awesome car chase throughout the city. That's really incredible, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that won't get boring too quickly. Hopefully there's more ways of just escaping with the intel besides jumping in a truck and racing off into the horizon. Fingers crossed this game is going to be just as good as I think it is. Now, at number 2, maybe killing Nazis is not enough for you. Perhaps Nazis and robots does it for you. Well, it does it for me. Of course, that is Wolfenstein The New Order. Now, this game, besides it being truly incredible, it looks like one of these basic first-person shooter, shoot-'em-up style games where you have just unlimited arsenal of weapons and you just go around shooting the bad guys. Probably won't be quite as simple as I make it sound, but it looks awesome. Now, I do realise I'm saying that for absolutely every game, but they're all awesome. I mean, most games coming out this year have already came out, because we've seen Titanfall, Thief, ones I can remember off the top of my head, but they weren't really that good. I mean, they didn't really live up to the hype they demanded. I mean, at least Titanfall is really fun, but it gets boring and repetitive quite quickly, which is fairly unfortunate. And of course, Thief wasn't at all anything I expected it to be, which is again very disappointing. But Wolfenstein looks just something different, something really fun.
You call me Death's Head. I don't like it. I'm a happy man. You see?
But finally, at number 1, we have the terrifying yet horrifying Aliens Isolation. Now, Aliens Isolation for me completes the package, as I've played the previous Alien games, AVP and Alien Colonial Marines. Now, starting off with AVP, that was the best game ever, at least at the time of playing it. I think back in 2008, or it could be 2009, perhaps 2010, nobody knows. But you could play 3 campaigns. Now, each campaign was more or less the same, but you played as the Marine, the Alien, and the Predator, which was incredible. It was unheard of at that time period. But then Alien Colonial Marines came out, I think, a couple of years later, and was awesome. I mean, at first I was loving absolutely every second, but once I got more into the game, once I played it a bit more, and mission after mission after mission, I found it was really just very, very repetitive. I mean, each and every mission required you to just shoot all the aliens, just shoot them all with a shotgun repeatedly in their face, and that's not what Aliens is about. Alien Isolation captures it pinpoint perfectly. You're meant to be terrified of the alien. The alien is meant to be this hierarchy of which is meant to be massive and terrifying. So what they've done in Alien Isolation is exactly that. They've made it a horror game where every chance and second you get, you're meant to be terrified of the alien. So instead of using your pistol, you have to kind of work your way around using stealth, ingenuity, and intelligence to stop yourself being killed. But it's not quite as easy as that, because aliens are pretty intelligent, and this one is very ruthless. So there you go, there is my top 5 games of 2014. Now, do bear in mind there is quite a lot of other games coming out later this year, such as Borderlands the pre-sequel, which is kind of meant to follow the path of Handsome Jack. He's how he actually became as powerful as he did. But we also have Assassin's Creed Unity, which looks really, really awesome. Battlefront 3 and Mirror's Edge 2. Now, I do realise those games probably aren't coming out later this year, but any chance I get to kind of throw a bit of Battlefront your way, I'll do just that. We also have Battlefield X. Now, I call it that because it's meant to be this police-themed Battlefield game called Nobody Knows. It's meant to be, I mean, the code name for it is Havana, but I don't think that's going to be its proper title. Last but not least, we have the most thrilling and probably for me the most exciting game of 2014. Literally, I can't handle my excitement for this game. It's going to be the game of the year. There's no doubt about that. Of course, that is Call of Duty 2014. If you couldn't tell, I was at least trying to be sarcastic, because in no means or way am I excited about Call of Duty anymore. I think that probably stopped after Modern Warfare 2, because it just became repetitive. I mean, every single game I found there was no difference. Black Ops, of course, with the zombies, and I'll give Call of Duty Ghosts the Extinction, because those game modes are quite fun, and quite enjoyable to play every so often, but it's nothing special. It's nothing to keep the franchise alive for me, because it's just the same game over and over and over again. Of course, you might have different opinions on Call of Duty than I do, but I just feel it's something that's died out quite a long time ago for me. But there you go, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Do feel free to leave in the comment section below any games you're looking forward to later this year. Nonetheless, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time.